KFC, baby. It's my favorite. Oh, give me that bucket. I said, give me that bucket. I think, give me that bucket. I think the licking chicken. From Kentucky to the bayou, the flavor's so right. That secret recipe keeps me up all night. Gotta have that touch, that wonderful spice. KFC, baby, it's a chicken paradise. Fried and crispy, can't resist me. KFC, a southern mystery project chicken. Finger licking, come and get it. That clock is ticking. Fried and crispy, don't you miss me. KFC, you're making history. Let's get lost. Oh, keep the coast low. KFC is the gravy gobble. Give me that bucket. I said, give me that bucket. Give me that bucket. Oh, give me that bucket. I said, give me that bucket. Give me that
That's a
bucket.
huge
Oh, give me
bitch.
that bucket.
And we are live. Hey, what's going on? It's been a hot minute since we've done an Afro Cast. If you don't know what an Afro Cast is, it's literally just me ranting for however long I decide to rant. Right now it's going to be like a little over an hour-ish because we do have Mario Kart at 9 o'clock, but I had a little bit of time to be able to do a stream. I've been missing you guys. I've been talking about doing one of these because typically Wednesdays and Thursdays I'm so busy I don't have time to stream. When I found a little bit of time, I was like, we're going to use it. So welcome everyone to another Afro Cast.
That's a huge bitch.
And real quick, we're going to say hi to people in the chat. We're not going to take super long on that so we can talk about stuff. But the first person in chat, our guy, Clownpilled199. Hey, guess what, Clownpilled? Your soul's glowing.
Just let your soul glow.
Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow, baby.
Feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through.
Just let your soul glow. Well, there you go. Thank you, Clownpill, for being the first one in chat. Welcome in, man. We got Real Grey Ghost. Shout out. Glennathan. Good to see you, sir. Darth Bane says, hola. We got Pilingujo. You still haven't told me if that's how I say it. Pilingujo. Is that how you say your name? Welcome in. The JFK. We got Charles Devane. Oh, no, the ats are back. I'm so sorry, guys. Fuck, the ats are back. Well, I'm going to read the names as best as I can. Charles Devane. Yeah. Says, Hail Meek. Yeah. The cream of the crop on Fright Mike. Yeah. Even though this is Afrocast, but it still all counts. Remember, Jeremy is a homosexual man. Yeah. It's just a matter of fact. We're just stating facts here. Yeah. And Beardo is a retarded ass bitch. Also, this whole stream is a goddamn conspiracy. Yeah. Rest in peace, Hogan and Ozzy. Yeah, Hulk Hogan has died, but he still lives on in our hearts. Yeah. Thank you, Charles Devane. What's up, Innocia Rabbits? Good to see you. What's up, Schick? She says 10th. You might be 10th. I didn't count. What's up, Holy Fuck? Frank the Tank. Ladybug, welcome in. Good to see you guys. Hertz Donut says chirp. There's no chirp. What's up, Haggy? Good to see you. Darth Bane. Mark Andre Roy, what's going on? Good to see you. Why is the app back? I have no fucking clue. I don't have any control of what's happening on YouTube anymore. We've got Mr. Buckley says, evening, folks. Gay Carpenter. I haven't seen Gay Carpenter in a hot minute. Good to see you, buddy. We got Truth Warrior, who's also, I know another name normally, but I don't remember what the name is now. We got Donald McNamara. Hail. Good to see you. Everyone's streaming right now. I know. I just never get a chance to stream during the day and talk to you guys. Hi, Donna. Good to see you. Turd Fergusonian, who, you know, is actually, what is it? Turd Ferguson? Yeah. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you. Shout out. One of my best mods. We're back to the ats again. Yeah, apparently we are. What's up, Brimstone? Obscura Mass says, must be laundry day for those poor shorts. It's rude. We got Anna. Anna. I read your name wrong. I'm sorry. We got Anna. Welcome in. Good to see you. Also, turn the names back. I hate seeing my full ass name there. I don't have any control of that. I don't know why it went back to ats all of a sudden. Like, it's just apparently just doing it whenever it wants to. My shorts are fine. And I don't have a poopy chair. I don't. What's up, Sandro Franca? Oh shit, he's back. Pay up, chat. No. Remember, the Meek charged the tax post-mortem from his mod's relative. He doesn't forgive. He doesn't forget. There's no tax. Dan says Beardo is gay. Well, hey, listen, we get there how we get there. Only so much screaming from the Meekster I could take. Looking forward to the Metal Gear Remake playthrough. Yeah, man, it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to that actually as well. Yeah, I can't forget the chair needs a cleaning. There's no chair cleaning that needs to be happening. What's up, Dan Vass? Start at once or else. Your wish is my command, Dan. I've started now. Turd says, I've been playing through GTA Vice City for the first time. Maybe a little early to say, but I might put this among my favorite games. Vice City is really good. Vice City is one of my favorite. I'm trying to think here. I really like San Andreas a lot, but Vice City is up there, man. Vice City is great. There's the thing that I like the most about Vice City, one, obviously the aesthetic and music is great, but I actually like the story missions a lot in Vice City. I had a blast with it, man. So I can understand that. Like, I could totally see that. Vice City's good. Maybe I'll have to play Vice City one day on stream. That might be fun. Let me see here. I just watched the new War of the Worlds, and I feel like DHS is going to show up at my door. Is that the one with Ice Cube? Is that what the one you're talking about? Where it's all from one computer screen? Yikes. What an awful decision there. Meek stalling. There's no stalling. We're not even playing a game. I'm just talking. We're just talking to people. Oh, my gosh. There's no lurker tax either. And holy crap, Raider with a 5932. We'll give you the 50 sound.
That's a huge bitch.
Thank you, Raider. We appreciate you. Thank you for the 5932. Now, I know these numbers mean something, and I don't know what 5932 is. Somebody has to help me with this. If I added them together, what would that be? Let me see here. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Thank you, Raider. I appreciate you. Thank you for the 5932. That's awesome. Very kind. Ladybug says, instead of a lurker tax, how about thoughts and prayers? Listen, T's and P's are great. I'm all about them. I'm not charging you guys anything to watch the stream. Soundwave Superior says 199. Shout out Soundwave. Appreciate you. Sweet little Miki streaming from Tyrone's house. Nope. Same house I'm always in, and there's no Tyrone around. Are you guys still playing Mario Kart World? Did you go back to 8? I've heard that that World is losing people. We are still playing World. They actually just updated World yesterday, and they changed just a bunch of stuff about World. They added a bunch of quality of life stuff. They changed a bunch of shit that people had criticisms of from the beginning, like who you can spectate, things like that. They changed a bunch of it around, which, for people that don't know how Nintendo operates, they don't often just fix things like that. Like, sure, they'll change things or add things in DLCs and things like that, but they don't often just release patches for things to, like, fix something outright like that, especially with Outcry. And that doesn't happen very often. And them doing this is a response to the fact that they probably were losing a lot of players in World, probably way more than they wanted to. And so that in a way kind of verifies what people were saying, that something was going on with the player count on World, and that's probably why they changed things. So lurker tax is theft. It's not required. There's no requirement. So listening while driving home in shitty LA traffic. Lost Braves fan, bro, my heart goes out to you. That's rough.
Riding around the block with a Glock. Yo ass finna get shot.
What's up, Brandon Kitchens? Can't wait to see you yelling at the others in a little while. Yeah, it should be a good time. I got like 2 topics we're going to talk about. And then just, we're just going to kind of shoot the shit anyways. Mike, stream Mario Kart, tired of watching Queerdo and Gamer-Me. Jeremy the Cyborg actually reached out and brought up a really cool idea for me streaming on Mario Kart days. I'm going to talk to Jeremy about it, and then I'm also going to look into it. And yeah, it was a really good idea, so I might try that. So it's very possible that you'll see some Mario Kart streams from my perspective in the future, but I just got to talk to Jeremy about it and stuff. It's just another moving part to an already busy, a lot of moving parts already. So I'll keep you guys in a touch. I'll keep you guys in the loop on it. So what's up, Neil Horn? Welcome in. Bothamman said you're going to be there for Mario Kart World. Abso-fucking-lutely. What's up, Hardy Harmonica? Good to see you. Are you guys done with Among Us streams like Geeks and Gamers Play? I don't think so. I think Mario Kart World is just the hype right now. I do not see us completely foregoing other games. I think Jeremy's just excited about Mario Kart World right now, and eventually we'll get back to other ones. So, Real Grey Goes for 2 says, smoke alarm chirp makes my dogs bark. There's no chirp. There's no chirp. Now I just imagine the Real Grey Ghost dogs are like, woo! Like, yeah. D-Day McLean, what's up, D-Day? Says, where are all the white women at?
Hey, where are the white women at?
They're around. Charles Devane says, on Bro Science, they were reviewing Nobody. Are you excited for Nobody Part 2? Yeah, I actually really liked Nobody. I thought Nobody was great. I mean, it's not a new premise by any means. Older, you know, retired, you know, CIA guy just, you know, has to get involved in some kind of conflict with a bunch of bad guys, you know? Like a more suburban version of like John Wick in a way, and I liked it a lot. I thought Nobody was great. I thought it was a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Nobody Part 2. I think it's going to be a good time. The XP thing is weird. I don't know what happened. I don't have any control of that. I didn't opt into it or I didn't get an option to opt out of it or anything. I don't know. Boromir of Gondor for 5 says, glad Afrocast is back. The men and I enjoy the streams at our downtime as we keep the forces of Mordor at bay for the glory of Gondor. Well, Boromir, we thank you for your sacrifice. You are the son that any man would be lucky to have. Great man, great stature, unlike your brother. Anyways, thank you, Boromir. Appreciate it. Afrocast, I'm thinking it's back. What's up, Casey Cheeto? Good to see you. Grey Goats for 2 says, here, buy some Lysol wipes for the poopy chair. There's no poop on my chair. Dan Vaz says, what's up, man? Listening while trying to make an old Master System work. Oh, nice. Are you taking it apart and actually like fixing the parts manually, or are you just kind of just like slowly troubleshooting through stuff? Dan, I'd love to hear your like process. It would be awesome to watch Dan like just taking apart consoles and working on them. Those would be great videos, dude. I'd watch the shit out of those. If just you do a video of you taking apart a console and maybe like a time like speed up or whatever, where you're just like kind of working through trying to get a console to work, that would be actually kind of awesome. Yes, Ice Cube, it was weird, like propaganda disguised as anti-propaganda, sponsored by 4chan. Yeah, that War of the Worlds idea was awful. Sorry, I have a slight cough. Too much fan in my face, apparently. I'm just kidding. Ask Dan how to say my name. Dan, how do you say this Pilingujo name? How do you say that? I don't know how to say that. Vice City was the last one I played. I mean, I've been told 4 is really good. I liked 5 a lot. I thought 5 was awesome. I liked that you could switch between 3 different people. I liked the different storylines. The bank heist missions in 5 are awesome. I actually legitimately really loved the bank heist missions, and I was really bummed out when 5 ended and you don't get to do any more of those. Like, I would play... I know they have like I know they have that one game where you can play as a bank robber. I don't remember the name of it now, but whatever. I know they have those games, but I would play the shit out of a Grand Theft Auto type game that is just bank robberies, where you and like a crew of guys just set up bank robberies, and you have to switch between the different perspectives of the guys to make sure that stuff goes off without a hitch, or if things go sideways, they have to change things or update things. I would play the shit out of a game like that, actually. That would be a lot of fun. So, Discat Matt says, hail chat, and Epic Mike, Viva la coin! Jesus Christ bless you with excellence. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. And we do have the coin here. The exclusive, one-of-a-kind, day 1 commemorative Switch 2 launch coin. It's always near me. Near and dear to my heart. Gizatron says, oh, hell yeah, Afrocast, day made. Well, thank you. That's very kind. I'm glad, man. I've been wanting to hang out. So thank God that Lurker Cat lurker tax kept me away from all those horror games. There's no tax. There's no tax on the horror games. But I do think we're probably going to take a break from horror games for like a second, or switch up a little bit, because I do really want to finish Sleeping Dogs. So we'll probably get back into like Sleeping Dogs for a little bit in between horror games. I do have a whole host of horror games to play. I also want to play Metal Gear Rising Revengeance at some point. I have that in the queue. There's a whole list of games, and what I'll probably do at the end of Resident Evil 8 is I will put together a list, and we'll do a couple polls and kind of see where we get down to, maybe like a little bit of a best of like multiple polls, and see which one you guys vote for, and we'll pick a game that way. But any game that allows you to blast down the road with Judas Priest in the background is automatically amazing. Hell yeah. Dina McLean's caca poo poo chair.
Huh?
There's none. There's none. Driving home from work, so I'll be lurking. Hey, no worries, Donna. Hey, have a safe trip home. Appreciate you. Brimstone says, Mike, when are you getting the P.O. box? You know, that's a great question. I need me one of a kind first edition Epic Mike Pokemon card signed. All right, I will get on working on the P.O. box. Okay, it is in my queue of things I need to get done between that. And then getting these shirts out that I promised a bunch of people, that I have all the emails sitting in a open thing looking at them, because I need to get these fucking shirts out to people, including Tommy Halter, who's been extremely patient with me. I'm gonna get the PO box done. I am. I can't afford to Afro Cast. It's free. It's free. I miss Among Us. I don't like what Among Us does to me. I don't like what it brings out of me, but I do have a good time doing it. What's up, Apollo Monopoly? Good to see you, man. What's up, Angmar? Afrocast is back. That's great. Yeah, man. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate you. Steel Lug of History. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Says, how are you doing tonight? Be blessed. Not feeling great. Forgot to take my meds this afternoon, so feeling sick, trying to rest. Well, I hope you rest well. Hope you feel better soon, man. I appreciate you. That would be a cool stream. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. So, Darth Bane for 5 says, off to watch AEW. Hey, appreciate it. Have a good stream, or have a good watch. I hope it's good. Tony Storm's killing it. I'm still really enjoying her. She might be my favorite female wrestler right now. She's so hot. I'll have to watch AEW. Here's my meexation fee, so we don't have to pay. Wink, wink.
Huh?
There's no tax. He needs to make back how much he dropped on Switch 2 in the games. Yeah, right. I mean, that's probably true. It's 7 p.m. Wonder when he'll see this. I'm only 7 minutes behind right now. I'm almost better. We're getting better. We're catching up. Okay. Slim Houston for 5 says, paying my lurker tax and Mario Kart World crash out fee. That's wild. Thank you for the 5. Hemorrhoid Hurt says, are you playing Battlefield 6 or Delta Force on console soon? I don't know. I might play Battlefield 6. It just depends on who else is playing it. If enough people are playing it, I probably will pick it up and try it out. I think my guess is that Disparu will probably play it. That would almost be enough. Just Disparu playing it would almost be enough to get into it again. We'll see. You know, the other problem with shooter games is I get really, Jeremy streaming over me, bro. If I didn't stream when Jeremy was streaming, I could never stream. There would be no streaming, bro. We never know when Cobra Cast is gonna go live, so you just gotta stream and just hope it doesn't. Or if it does, just hope that people still want to watch you too. So no worries. Weirdo skips leg days. That's pretty good. The problem with like streaming first person shooters is because they're more like competitive based. It's not like I can just stop and converse with you guys. And that's something I learned playing like Warzone and stuff a lot, is like there are sections where I'm not talking to you guys because I'm focused on the game or focused on my teammates and stuff, and that can be entertaining to watch to an extent. But because this channel specifically and a lot of what I do is built around chat interaction, it can be tough. So I don't know, you know, first person shooters are tough. You know, it would be something like there'd have to be some supplement to other streams where we're talking. Like I'd have to be doing like an Afro Cast every day or every other day or something to make up for the lost chat interaction. So Master System was my first system. That's actually rad. Meek, Jeremy, and Ryan stream at the same time. Goddamn, Meek, clean that chair. There's nothing wrong with my chair. There's nothing wrong with my chair. GTA's 5 bank heists were by far the best part of the game. Yeah, that was what I liked about the game specifically, was the bank heist. Payday. Thank you guys. I'm cleaning the cart ridding pens. Nothing complicated for now, but I'll have to change the capacitors of NES soon. Maybe I could stream that. Dude, I would love to watch that, Dan. Or, like I said, even that, or if you just make a video of it. Like, of you just taking it apart and fixing it and working on it and being like, hey, this is what I learned, or hey, here's a part and here's why you can't find these parts anymore, or here's what's, you know, are they rare? Are they easy to find? Can you find them in other tech that you can't find? You know, I would love to hear that kind of stuff. I think it'd be rad. So, what if GTA game was set in a different time period, like say one with trains and banks, like say the Wild West? That's, I mean, listen. It's a fascinating concept. I wonder what would happen. Maybe a Western GTA might be considered one of the greatest games of all time. Who knows? You know, I wish, dude, I would play the shit out of if they had like if they had Grand Theft Auto style bank heists in Red Dead Redemption 2. I'd play the shit out of that. Or a Red Dead Redemption style game, like an open Western where you can just do bank heists like that. Dude, that would be so rad. What's up, Josiah? Says, damn, Mike is a handsome devil, chat. Oh, come on, man. Shucks, you're gonna make me blush a little bit. Anyways, thank you, Josiah. I appreciate it. Scream at me to play Chrono Trigger already. I'm stalling worse than you on it. Listen, you need to fucking play Chrono Trigger. It's not a question. It's one of the best games ever made. Just fucking do it. Do it! Make your dreams come true! Play it. I'm not asking. It's an order. Play Chrono Trigger. Do it now. Stop stalling. All right, I'm gonna catch up on chat now. I'm gonna scroll through. Do you take food stamps? There's no tax! What's up, Forgotten Man? It's good to see you're doing good and that your diabetes hasn't beaten you. Yeah, because I don't have diabetes, so there's no worry, you know? Mike told me if I publicly flattered him, I could get a discount. There's no discount on zero is still zero. Oh my god. Angmar for 5. Here's for the lurker tax. No need to send the Pinkertons, Mike. Check your Steam, brother. I know I saw a notification on it. I will check it out in a little bit. Yeah. I know why the ceiling bird chirps. That's actually pretty fucking funny fictional wit. That's actually really fucking good. I know why the ceiling bird chirps. Deluded Reality says, hey, Epic Mike, update from the last stream. 2 job interviews set up tomorrow for me. Hopefully by this time tomorrow, I should have a new job. Let's go. Thanks to you in the chat for the support. Listen, we got your back. We have a lot of luck around here about people getting jobs. Listen, it's not me. It's not the chat. Well, but that's the thing. It is the chat. The thing is, the caliber of people watching my streams is so high that when you guys go to get jobs, they're like, why wouldn't we hire this person? That's the thing. It's not even, it's not a luck thing. It's not like, oh, you know, Mike's so lucky with his awesome lucky coin, he can get people jobs. No. The caliber of people watching my streams is so high. You guys are so fucking smart and talented and gifted that when you go apply for jobs, they're fools to not take you. So congratulations, Deluded Reality. I hope both job interviews go well, and I hope you have to pick between them. Hope you have to decide, and I hope whichever one you pick, it's better than you expected it to be. Congratulations, my friend. I hope to get another update with your new job, and I hope that it's everything you wanted it to be. Yeah. This is a really good question here. Charles Evans says, did you purposely do the coin gimmick thinking it was going to pop off the way it did? Absolutely not. I sent Jeremy a text the day that I got the coin. And I asked a bunch of people in chat when they got their Switch 2s. I was like, did you guys get a coin with this? And they're like, no, we didn't get any of that. And I was like, oh, I might be the only person that got one of these. And I told Jeremy, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find where the coin is. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna grift. I told him, I was like, I'm gonna grift the fuck out of this coin. Yeah, I just thought it was a funny joke, and I knew that bringing it up, the thing is, like, you never know when things will go viral or not, but there is a strategy I've heard before, and this is a thing that, like, comedians will use, some comedians and stuff will use, where if you take a really dumb idea, like a concept, like grifting about a fucking coin, and then you keep pushing the joke, you'll either annoy people and they won't want to interact with you about it, or people will get alongside of you on it. And that includes people that are competing. So when people send coins to Jeremy, or people show me their commemorative collectible coins, all of that stuff, it's all part of it. And a lot of people got really excited about this fucking coin. And dude, I fucking love it. It's hilarious. So now the coin is here in front of me all the time. And I'm very appreciative of the coin because it's created a bunch of hilarious memes. You just never know how you're going to get there. So Jeremy needs to use a fucking schedule. I mean, that's fair. Hi, Wicked. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I know we got to stream together really soon, Wicked. I love the bank heists in GTA, she says. Yeah, they're so good, man. I wanted more of them for sure. It's a great idea for super fast 3D, man. Yeah, dude, I would love I would watch the shit out of that. So Meek loves his DX Duke. It's not poop. There's no poop in my chair. It's a nice chair. It's a lovely chair. I love my chair. Wicked streamed retro games and didn't warn me. What game did you play, Wicked? What game were you playing? Gotta play Meek and EBT. That's... You didn't even put Chrono Trigger in your top 10? Listen, what I said was that if you asked me what my top 10 games were the next day, it would change. Things like Half-Life 2 are some of my favorite games of all time. I love Chrono Trigger. I actually love Final Fantasy VI more than Chrono Trigger. I know that may be blasphemy. So like, I love Chrono Trigger, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's one of my, it's up there in one of the best games ever made. I really did love it. But if I'm picking my favorites and some of the best games, some of my favorite games happen to be what some people consider like some of the best games ever made. So like Half-Life 2, one of the best games ever made. It also happens to be one of my favorite shooters I've ever played. But they're just picking a 10 right off the dome. That's what I came up with. And if you asked me to do it again, some consistencies like Final Fantasy VI would always be there, but other games would come and go on that list. So Glenathan says, so what are these topics you want to talk about? Yeah, we're going to get to them right now. Obscura says, I'm still unemployed is because I don't pay the lurker tax. We just need to work harder to get you a job. Okay. We're going to work harder to get you a job. Donna says that was actually really clever. Yeah. Put Meek on your resume. Don't do that. I just started watching your streams and things fell into place. It's magic. Praise the coin. Meek's buttering us up for a tax increase. There's no tax. There's no fucking, that coin is a monkey. It's like it'll get you a job, but then you'll also get like diarrhea. I'm just kidding. Don't get diarrhea, please. Sharing DMs for the win. That's not sharing DMs. That's reading one thing that I sent to Jeremy. I didn't read his response. All right, I'm scrolling back down to the bottom. All right. What are your top 10 today? Oh no. Let me hold on. Mike's half-eaten booty for 199 says, I know why the chair is dirty.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
That's fucked up, bro. Neil Horn for 2 says, tax paid. Keep up the good work, Meek. If I was going to pick, all right, I'll do this one. I'll do my top 10 games right off the dome that I'm thinking about right now. And then we'll get into the 2 topics that I had before the stream ends. If I was going to pick my top 10 games right now, hold on, I gotta make sure I actually got this right. This is in no particular order. This is just what I'm thinking about. And now that I mentioned it, that's going to go on the list. So like Final Fantasy VI, Half-Life 2. I like Half-Life 2 more than Half-Life 1. I think Half-Life 2 is a perfected version of Half-Life 1. So Final Fantasy VI, Half-Life 2, Arkham City, that'll always be on the list. Knights of the Old Republic, Super Mario World 3, or Super Mario Bros. 3 goes on that list. Because I've been thinking about it a lot more recently, and I've been kind of missing racing games. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Probably Red Dead Redemption 1, because I think 1 is better than 2. Man, that last couple is hard. There's a lot of fucking games I could think about in that moment. Because now it is recency bias that I've been thinking about it because I played it more last night, but like Expedition 33 is going to be on that list for a hot minute. Yeah, Expedition 33 is probably going to be on that list for a long time, actually. Witcher 3. Witcher 3 is up there. And then right now, probably Mass Effect 2. That's right now off the top of my head. KOTOR 2 with restored content, my #1 favorite game. I love KOTOR 2. I have a better time with KOTOR 2 playthrough than I do with KOTOR 1 a lot of times. But because KOTOR 1 is so polished compared to KOTOR 2, and what I mean is that there actually is a narrative that goes from A to B. And I do have the restored content mod for KOTOR 2, but part of it is actually scratch Need for Speed. I'm gonna scratch Need for Speed off. Now Metal Gear Solid 3 is actually gonna go in Need for Speed spot, because I've been thinking about Metal Gear Solid games too. I love Metal Gear Solid 1 a lot. I respect the hell out of what it did for gaming. I really enjoyed it. Metal Gear Solid 2 is good, but I didn't love it as much as 1, but I loved Metal Gear Solid 3. I had such a good time with that game, and I actually loved the story, and that final boss fight is one of my favorite boss fights of all time. That going into that field, the white field, and fighting her, and the when, like, the fight itself is cool, and I like that there's multiple approaches to the fight that you can take against her to beat her. But what I loved is partway through that fight, when you start getting to a certain point, the fact that Snake Eater starts playing in the background with like no music, just her singing it a cappella. It was such a beautiful touch. I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually pretty great. So no, Metal Gear Solid 3, I'm gonna replace Need for Speed with that. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3 is fucking amazing. Real Grey Goes for 5 says Mike uses the lurker and chat tax to fund his chair cleaning. Farting all day can leave stains. It's the USAID method. That's fucking wild. I don't know if I'd put any Resident Evil games. No, Resident Evil 4 is fucking great. I'd have to replay the original. I think if I replay the original, I think I'll have a lot more appreciation, because I had so many people telling me that I needed to play the original over the remake, and I do want to play the original. So I think playing the original would probably solidify that as like one of the best ever. But Most Wanted is fucking great. So, you guys gonna play Mario Party Jamboree anytime? I don't know, actually. That's a good question. Expedition 33 is definitely knocking on the door of my top 10. Yeah, and the thing is, like, the conversation I've been having and arguments I've been getting in with people is about that being recency bias. And the thing is, like, nobody had to wait 2.5 years, 3 years, 4 years for Red Dead Redemption 2 to be considered one of the greatest games of all time. We didn't have to wait for that to be considered that. We knew. Like, sometimes you play a game and you just know. The thing that I am playing right now, what I'm experiencing as a gamer, what I'm experiencing as a consumer and as a person, is on such a high level and is executed so well that I know that this is a quality thing. I knew playing Half-Life 2 that it was one of the best video games I've ever played. I knew playing Ocarina of Time, because I didn't play Ocarina of Time until I was 18 years old. I'd never played it. I happened to find an N64 like at a consignment shop or whatever, and I bought it, and it came with Ocarina of Time, and I played it, and I was like, holy shit, this game is phenomenal. Like, so, you know, I mean, and I know that that's years after, but the thing is, like, to say that it was one of the best games ever because I had to give it time to decide that. No, I didn't. Like, Metal Gear Solid, I was able to see it right from the get-go. This game is really fucking special. There's something special about this game that puts it above other video games. But same with Metal Gear Solid 3. There's something about it that puts it in an upper echelon of gaming. When I got done with Arkham City, it firmly entrenched itself as one of my favorite games of all time. My wife watched me play it, watched me put my controller down and have a moment like where I was like, holy shit, I just witnessed something amazing. So no, I don't think it's recency bias for Expedition 33 because everything about that game is executed on such a high level and it's executed so well. And because part of it is an ode to Final Fantasy games and it is an ode to Japanese RPGs and stuff like that as well, but also is telling this very thoughtful, deep, heartful message about loss and love and art and how art communicates with loss and how sometimes we use art to fill and escape from loss so that we don't have to feel what we're you know, really feel and embrace what we're going through. Like and that being the case with video games or movies or even actual painting, things like that, and how art also can help us move on and actually process loss if we let it. It's a beautiful message. And the fact is, like, Expedition 33 is all of those things that I just mentioned. I'm just talking about just that game. That's not getting into other games that do the same thing. No, it is rapidly rising to one of the greatest games ever made because the more people that play it that are outside of that genre, that aren't just lovers of Japanese RPGs but are lovers of video games, play it and see the quality that's there. It's not hiding anything. It's not lying to you. It doesn't have to trick you. Some games have to trick you. Some games go, wow, look how vast and open this world is for the first time. Wow, isn't it amazing? You've never seen anything like this. But over time, it ages poorly, or it doesn't have the same connection to audiences as it did before. No, Expedition 33 isn't hiding anything. It's right there in plain sight what it's doing and what it's trying to say and what it's trying to do. So I don't know. I really appreciate that. It's like, you know, an instance like Skyrim. I don't think Skyrim is one of my favorite games. I don't think, in my personal opinion, it should be in the top 10 greatest games ever made, or even the top 20. But if somebody said it was in the top 20 or their top 15 or their top 10, I would understand it because it's had such relevancy to culture and such relevancy to gamers, and so many people loved what they experienced with that game and created so many beautiful memories with that game, and it has stood the test of time, yes, with the help of mods, that I do think something that it makes a legit, it has made itself a legitimate contender for that kind of a sentiment, you know. But there are some games that have come around, had a huge hype, but didn't live up to the same expectation. I think Baldur's Gate is a phenomenal game. I think it is an incredible game. I would argue that it is in the realm of one of the best games ever made, but it wouldn't be in the top 10. I don't even think it deserves to be in the top 20. I think it's phenomenal, and I think it's really well done. I think the Cyberpunk, after all the patches, the game that they wanted it to be after like the most recent DLC, I think it's up there as one of the best games out there. I think if you ignore the hype and just play Cyberpunk for what it is right now, I think there's a really phenomenal game in there and there's a really great story, but I don't think it's going to be in the top 10. I don't think it deserves to be in the top 20. It's just a really fucking great game. You know, Witcher 3, however, I think is a phenomenal game. It's extrememely well done across the board. Like, you know, I don't know. So this is one of those things. I know I'm fucking ranted like a motherfucker right now. Can't place KOTOR 1. It's beyond reproach and can't be placed for me. That's fair. I get it. You all have fun. Went to the high seas to see something fantastic. Hope it's a good cam. Hey, well, Gay Carpenter, I appreciate you, man. It's good to see you. I appreciate you. Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is great. What's up, Warbin? How you doing, man? No Metal Gear Solid or BioShock on your list? That's the thing, too. BioShock 1 would go on my list if I thought about it in that moment. But that's why I replaced Metal Gear Solid, because Metal Gear Solid is fucking great. Beach Dad says, yo, Mike and chat, gonna be lurking. Have fun tonight. Hail. Thank you so much, Beach Dad. I appreciate it. That's amazing you hold Metal Gear Solid in such high regard, even not having played it back in the day. Yeah, it's just not, there's no nostalgic glasses there. I respect what one did, and I see why people love it. I had some gripes with it, but ultimately that's more the restriction on the hardware and what it did as an experience for me, because I don't have nostalgia. But playing Metal Gear Solid 3, I was like, holy shit, there's some, this, like, the boss battles are great. The Metal Gear Solid 3 to me does a great job of balancing cinematics with actual gameplay. Yes, there are some longer cutscenes and stuff like that in there, but even the gameplay itself feels cinematic without feeling like it's just a quick time event. A lot of games nowadays want to be cinematic, and they just fill those cinematics with quick time events. Metal Gear Solid 3 didn't do that. They were cinematic while also being engaging as a game, and I love that. So Fictional Wit says top 10 Final Fantasy 6, CT, Chrono Trigger, Ghost of Tsushima, Skyrim, Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, Mass Effect 2, Elden Ring, Dragon Quest 8, Civilization 5, GTA 5. That's fair, man. Yeah, see, like, Elden Ring would probably go up there at some point, because I loved Elden Ring. Dragon Quest 11 could go on that list. Dragon Quest 11 is one of my favorite games I've ever played. I love Dragon Quest 11. I had such a good time with that game. So, Threads of Fate, Link to the Past, or Ocarina of Time for me. That bias argument is crap. It just goes to show you how desperate the haters are to criticize the game. They have nothing else. It's true. Mike's chair is a bucket. That's mean. That's mean. The people are saying that about Expedition 33 won't take their own nostalgia into account when making their list. I absolutely agree with you. Twisted Metal 2 and CTR are probably the games I look back on the most fondly. They were the games my brother and I played the most together. That's beautiful. I love that. Before I go, know you love Fallout 1 and 2. Are you looking toward Fallout Bakersfield? I am. Yeah, I absolutely am. Yeah. That's Fallout Bakersfield, right? I'm getting that right. That's the new one that they just mentioned. Hold on. Am I thinking of the right one? Yeah, that's the Doom mod. Yes. I am actually looking forward to that. Yeah, that shit looks rad. Fallout Bakersfield, a Doom mod of Fallout. Yeah, it looks fucking rad. I was really excited about that, actually. I have a soft spot for Govalius. It's the first game I can remember playing. I don't actually remember that game. I don't know if I ever played that. It's funny because Breath of the Wild is a terrible game, but it didn't stop those same people from calling it an all-time game when it released. Yeah, it's definitely not an all-time game. I've been playing Breath of the Wild. You know what I realized? Breath of the Wild requires so very little intense thought or intense mental effort on my part that I actually relax when playing it. You know, I like the combat. I like that the combat can, you know, is there, that it exists. I like the exploration, but the fact that there's no leveling system, the fact that, like, the progression is mostly just giving yourself more hearts and stuff, and the fact that it's so open world and sometimes you can go around for a while and not see anything or any enemies and stuff like that. Yeah, I realize when I play Breath of the Wild, I'm just relaxing. It doesn't require a lot of me. I don't get to, I'm not relaxing when I play like Expedition 33. I'm engaged and I'm actively working towards something. I'm not relaxing when I'm playing Metal Gear games. I'm engaged in what I'm doing. Whereas I can kind of like shut part of my brain off and when I'm playing like Breath of the Wild and just enjoy the open world aspect of it and really have a good time. So, D Hollis for 5 says, yo, Epic Mike, have a hot date this Friday. What's your top 5 chick flicks to recommend? And Nig Attacks. Top 5 chick flicks. Okay, My Best Friend's Wedding. I love My Best Friend's Wedding. I think it's one of the best romantic comedies ever, in my opinion. I love Bridget Jones' Diary. I like all the Bridget Jones movies, but Bridget Jones' Diary has a special place in my heart when it comes to that. But Devil Wears Prada isn't really, that's a chick flick. It's not a romantic comedy, but Devil Wears Prada is a great fucking movie. Devil Wears Prada is really good. I love Devil Wears Prada. Extremely well done. I'm gonna pull up a list here because there's probably some I'm not thinking of right now that I would say are like really good date movies that you could watch. Princess Diaries is considered a chick flick. Yeah, I guess Princess Diaries is a chick flick. I love Princess Diaries. I think Princess Diaries is a great one. You know, I would steer towards romantic comedies over chick flicks. Honestly, because I think romantic comedies just kind of lend themselves to like date nights better than just doing a chick flick. But like I said, you know, like My Best Friend's Wedding, I fucking love that one. I think that's one of the best ones. Princess Bride is actually a great, it's technically a romantic comedy, even though it's kind of a genre crossing. The Wedding Singer, now I'm thinking about Happy Gilmore, The Wedding Singer, that's a great romantic comedy. I love The Wedding Singer, actually. Yeah, I'm like looking through a list of other ones that I just thought that I probably have forgotten about, but The Wedding Singer is a really, really, really good one as well. I would argue that if you watch that with a girl and she can appreciate the humor in it and like it, I feel like it does something for, it's a little bit for guys, a little bit for girls. 50 First Dates is another one that's really good like that. It's kind of funny that Adam Sandler's in two of the, in my opinion, two of the better romantic comedies like out there. Those are a couple, those are a list of a few. I don't think you can go wrong with those. So yeah, I don't think you go wrong with any of those. I'm so fucking behind on chat. I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up on chat. During the golden years of gaming, Blockbuster, somehow JRPGs passed me by. I mean, that's fair. Blockbuster gaming, like, you would always want to like grab like some of the newer things or grab something that was flashy, and they don't always, JRPGs aren't always like flashy in the beginning when you like see them. Cyberpunk doesn't even come close. At best, it's just pretty good open world action shooter. I think the story in Cyberpunk is actually really fucking good, in my personal opinion. But I get if it's not your thing. I totally understand. Panda Simone for 10 says, paying lurker tax. Love you, Miki. There's no tax. Thank you for the 10, but there's no tax.
What will you learn? What will you learn? That your actions have consequences!
Far Cry 3 is up there. I love Far Cry 3. I think Far Cry 3 is great. And then Frank the Tank just gifted 5 gifted channel memberships. I know Glenathan asked me what my fucking topics were, and I haven't got to them. I will get to them after I read these channel memberships, and I'm caught up on chat, Glenathan. I appreciate you. Frank gifted channel memberships to Ladybug, Baked Ewok, Quillian Hawk, Horny Alf, and Spud. Thank you for the gifted memberships, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to Horny Alf, man. Hey, we're praying for you, bro. I'm probably going to watch The Shadow tonight, says Dr. Manzer. You will not regret it. Just understand, The Shadow is not a serious movie. It is a pulpy, campy ode to a radio show from the 40s and 50s. I think it was even earlier than that, actually. Like 20s and 30s. And it knows that. And so it is campy and goofy in all the best ways, but I also fucking love it. The aesthetics is so good, and oh my gosh, the soundtrack to the Shadow is so fucking good. The music is amazing. So, I'm super fucking behind. You gonna watch Alien Earth or Predator Badlands? I'll probably watch both at some point. I am really curious about Alien Earth. I'm not super curious about Predator Badlands, but I am very, very curious about Alien Earth. Shout out to Rough Night. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. Appreciate you. Breath of the Wild, a terrible game. What a weird take. Frank hates Breath of the Wild, and I get it. I get why some people don't like him. I don't think it's a terrible game, but also like I said, I realize that I relax a lot when I play that game, and it's my favorite part of why I play that game, is being able to just chill and relax and not think about stuff. So, while that Miki can instantly fire off the best chick flicks, I play everything. I play all sorts of games. I even play horror games now. I play horror games, I play RPGs, I play JRPGs, I play action games, I play shooters, I play racing games, I play sports games, a lot of different types of sports games, I play mobile games, I play a lot of different genres of games, and I do the same about movies. Hell, even musicals, I do not like musicals inherently, but I can appreciate a good musical. Like Lady Epic was watching My Fair Lady. I love My Fair Lady. I think My Fair Lady is phenomenal as a film. And I think it's a great musical. But like, yeah, so if you ask me a genre of film, I probably do have answers to certain ones because I've seen a lot of different movies over the years. I've seen a lot of different genres of movies. But yeah, so I can appreciate a good chick flick or a good romantic comedy. That makes you gay? Well, not if I'm doing it for date night. So okay, Mike has good taste. Well, thank you. Got Mail is a good one. You Got Mail and Sleepless in Seattle, they are good. I felt like they were a little overhyped. You know, a lot of people hold that in as like some of their best chick flicks. I don't know that they're that good. I think they're good, but I don't know. There's just other ones I think have more charm to them than those movies. And those movies are good. They're just some that I just feel like have more charm. So 10 Things I Hate About You is a really good one. Yeah. 10 Things I Hate About You is really good. I've never seen The Notebook. I've never watched it. I know what it's about, but I've never watched it. I have no interest, actually. Beardo eats corn the long way while watching chick flicks. That's crazy. Watch Hostel on your date. Don't do that. Princess Bride is a romantic comedy. It is, but it's also an adventure, and it's also kind of a fantasy story. Like it kind of crosses a lot of different genres. So, while you were sleeping, that's a good one. Rom-com says Miss Rough Night, Best Friend's Wedding. That's my favorite. I love My Best Friend's Wedding. While You Were Sleeping, Sleepless in Seattle, You Got Mail, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Princess Bride, Wedding Singer, What Women Want. What Women Want's also a really good one. Yep. It's also a very good one. Scott Pilgrim, I don't think that's a romantic comedy. Scott Pilgrim has romance in it, but it is not a romantic comedy. But it's funny. I do like Scott Pilgrim a lot. Alien is a great romantic comedy. That's wild. Mike wants to say Medea. Nah, fuck Medea. Some of those early movies were okay and they were decent and they are kind of funny, but that shtick wears off really fast. And Tyler Perry, after like the third movie, was just fucking phoning it in, and it was obvious he was just phoning it in. Yeah. While You Were Sleeping, Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman. That's a good one. I haven't seen that one in a long time, but it is a good one. Guess I lied about leaving. 51st dates every morning. Waking up to see your daughter for the first time makes me cry every time. Dude, that ending is a tearjerker. And the fact that she has to decide to just accept it and just be like, yeah, this is my life now. But he did such a good job of like making a video to show her the passage of time. Bro, oh my gosh. Yeah, 51st dates is good. You'll never catch us, Mike. We have our feet. I'm so lucky. He's stalling really bad and he's not even playing a horror game. I'm not stalling. I'm trying to stay caught up. Might get on the Far Cry stage. I played Far Cry 1, 2, and 3 and beaten all of those. And Far Cry, the one where you get like animal powers, was actually really rad. And then Far Cry 4 I started but didn't finish, and then I beat all of Far Cry 5, and I wasn't a super huge fan. I know there's supposed to be kind of a format to Far Cry games, but they get so repetitive that it almost feels, sometimes it just feels lazy. My biggest complaint about the Far Cry games is the AI, because the AI feels like it has not been updated in years. And after playing Far Cry 5, I wasn't even interested in playing 6 at all. So, Far Cry Blood Dragon is probably top 3 best Far Cry games. Far Cry Blood Dragon is fucking rad. I'm gonna get to one fucking topic and then, yeah. Would you call Groundhog's Day a rom-com? Yeah, Groundhog's Day is a rom-com. Groundhog's Day is actually, in my opinion, a perfect film, too. I legitimately think, well, I think the script is perfect, and I think the execution of the script is perfect. So yeah, I'd argue that Groundhog's Day is a perfect film. It's definitely a rom-com, but there's a lot more going on there, and I wouldn't take a date to go see that film because there's a lot of heady concepts and there's a lot of heavy ideas in there, and I would argue that that's like a film for like not a first date film. You want to watch something that kind of has like light and like a lightness to it, but like you can appreciate it and you can also have fun with it. There's like fun moments in it and stuff. Groundhog's Day has some fun moments, but like, you know, it has an entire compilation of the guy like Minecrafting himself, you know? So it's like, yeah, you know, it also depends on the girl. And if you don't know, you don't know. So there's a movie called IQ with Walter Matthau as Einstein. He helps his Mechanic Romance's niece. Isn't that with isn't Tim Robbins in that as well? I've heard of IQ, but I've never seen it. Baked Ewok for 10 shows a Santa Claus with looks like fart clouds behind him. Great. I'm thinking, Mike, I like Cyberpunk. I just don't understand why everyone thinks it's an all-time game now. It's not. I can see why somebody would argue it's not an all-time game, but I can absolutely see an argument for why it's an all-time game if like the story resonated. I know some people, that story, like they were in tears at the end of that story. It just depends. So the Shadow and Dick Tracy matinee. Oh my gosh, Dick Tracy is so fucking good. I love Dick Tracy as well. Top 3 movies that frightened you the most. The Exorcist, The Exorcist, and The Exorcist. It's the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. I literally still have nightmares sometimes about The Exorcist. Mike, read like Beardo to catch up, maybe. 1937 and 1954. Thank you, Sean Lasich. I'm all on board. Predator Badlands. All right, we'll go see it together then. Rough Night. If you're on board with it, I'll happily go see it. Thrashifice for 10 says, I watched Dan Vast's No Death playthrough of Castlevania last night at work. He thanked the lurkers in chat and said some people don't appreciate them. I instantly thought of you. Listen, man, there's something about, like, when you're engaged with your audience, knowing that there's like a group of people that watch you, that never comment, that never say anything, they're just enjoying your stream. I don't know, man. It just hits me. Like, it's, oh man, like, dude, I wish I remember her name now, because it's been a while, because I've seen her twice at meetups, but there was a girl at the first meetup I ever went to, the one in the Florida meetup that we did for Geeks and Gamers, she came over to meet the Weebs and Waifus group, and I was standing with them, hanging out with them, and she like waited, and she didn't say anything, and she just waited patiently because we were talking and people were talking to us about stuff, and like we kind of like called her over so we could say hi to her, and it just reminded me, man, like, you know, there are people that are shy, that are socially awkward, you know, that aren't comfortable having any kind of like engagement with other people, or whatever the reason is. Maybe you just work all the time and you don't have time to chat, or maybe you don't understand how YouTube works because you're, you know, somebody that's older, and you could, the idea of chatting or trying to type out a message is confusing, or there's a whole host of reasons why somebody would be a lurker. But it just reminded me that, like, there are people that are watching me right now that I may never ever engage with personally, but if I know that I can remind those people that them being here means something to me, that you don't have to send in super chats, you don't have to send in member messages, you never have to chat, you never have to say a single fucking word, but just knowing that you're here in the chat, that you want to spend your time here watching this stream, means something to me. And it means something to all of us. Like, I if I can make that person understand that their viewership is just as valuable, like, then that's important, you know? I think it's important to do that. I think lurkers need to be praised and loved on too. So thank you guys for all of my lurkers. You know, I've watched lurkers who never commented in my chat start commenting, and now they talk all the time. And some people I probably will never ever see them comment in chat. That's okay, because you don't have to, but I appreciate you, and I value your time, and I value that you spend your time with me. So and then Craig in the morning with 5 gifted memberships.
That's a huge bitch.
Thank you, Craig in the morning, for the 5 gifted memberships, to Brian, J. Andrew, Deacons, Justin Martins, and Captain Pork Chop. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Craig in the morning. Thank you. I'm so fucking behind on chat. I cannot keep up with you guys. Goodness gracious. Haggy for 2 says The Princess Bride 4 out of 10. Fucking L. I fucking L. Okay? Mike and I had a bet. He tried to My Fair Lady Fear of the Beardo. It didn't go well. He lost that bet. That's fair. Damn. Haggy, I'm sorry. I get it's all, you know, people's personal opinions and stuff, but not liking a Princess Bride, that's a huge fucking red flag to me, bro. That's a huge fucking red flag to me. That scares me a little bit, man. Fuck, it's so good. I've never watched Mr. Robot, Charles Devane. let's see here. I'd go with What Women Want. Mel Gibson, Marissa Tomei, Helen Hunt. Yeah, What Women Want's great. That's also a good one. I've never listened to Ice Nine. I'll have to check them out. I've heard of them, but I've never listened to them. Hey Dan, have a good night, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming to hang out, man. Thank you. Craig in the morning for 5. Final Fantasy 6 beats Chrono Trigger for me. Same. But Chrono Trigger is legendary. Agreed. Let's see some Wario dominance tonight. God bless you and your family, Mike. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm so fucking behind. Ghostbusters is also up there. Ghostbusters is good. It's just not a fucking... It's not a rom-com. I wouldn't call it a rom-com. What did Josiah just say? Ghostbusters, Starship Troopers. Those are also good. Mike waiting for a $100 super chat to talk about his first topic. No! I don't send in any money to get to the first topic. X-Wing says, you suck at Mario Kart. I'm sorry to tell you, pal. X-Wing 5, but the stats would disagree with you wholeheartedly. In fact, Mario Kart World, I'm one of the top guys. One of the top guys. I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm one of the top guys in that game. Stats would tell you. Better than Beardo. At times better than Johnny. Just putting it out there. It's the only scary movie Mike's watched. That's a fucking lie, and you know it. You've been there when I've watched fucking scary movies, and I don't like them. All right, we're gonna get to this topic because people keep yelling at me about the fucking topics. I just wanted to watch this. James Gunn has gone on record now explaining what is now canon in his universe, and I cannot wait to take the piss out of this. I stole that saying from British people. All right, we're gonna play this real quick, and then I'm gonna get back to chat because I'm super fucking behind.
The DCU begins canonically with Creature Commandos.
He doesn't look confident in saying that. He doesn't even look confident in saying that Creature Commandos is the beginning of his fucking connected canonical universe. He does not even look confident saying it. He looks ashamed that that's where he started his universe.
The DCU begins canonically with Creature Commandos, and then Superman continues the DCU, and then Peacemaker Season 2 continues. Now, that's the basics. If you really want to keep it simple and not confused, just know that those 3 things are canon. Anything that we show in the previously seen on Peacemaker then becomes canon. Anything that they talk about having happened in the old world, that then becomes canon. We know, for instance, that Rick Flag's son was killed in Corto Maltese because we hear him talk about it in Creature Commandos. But what you really need to know is everything is canon from Creature Commandos, Superman through Peacemaker Season 2. That's for the people that really want to get into the weeds.
Look what you did, you little jerk.
Cool. That's what I wanted to know. So now anything that he decides he wants to fucking reference in the previous DCEU, he can just say, oh yeah, I said that in the show one time on Peacemaker Season 2. You know, if you didn't watch Peacemaker Season 1, don't worry about it. It's not canon. Unless in a previously seen cutback to Season 2 of Peacemaker, they mention it, that makes it canon. Huh?
Shut the fuck up.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Ooh, nobody gives a shit.
James Gunn doesn't know what he's doing with this universe. I'm sorry to tell you guys. I'm not trying to be overly critical of James Gunn. I don't even dislike James Gunn as a filmmaker, but the way he has handled this universe is so poor, in my opinion, because it just feels like he doesn't know what he wants to do, and he never seems confident in any of it. It never feels like he's like, yo, this is exactly what I wanted to have happen. It feels like he kind of like stumbled into it and went, fuck, okay, I guess I gotta figure this out. I don't know, man. Every time I hear him talk about this universe, it makes me less and less excited. At least Zack Snyder was capable of hyping people up. Even if you despise everything he did, at least he was capable of hyping people up for the possibility. I don't feel like James Gunn is even excited for the possibility of what he has in front of him. I don't know, man. All right, I gotta catch up on chat. I'm gonna go quickly. Here we go. IQ is a good movie. Tim Robbins, Walter Matthau. Yes, thank you, Donna. I do want to check it out at some point because I've never seen it. Also, what's up, Crazy Landlow? Shout out to you. Shout out to X-Wing 5, even though he's being mean in chat. That's okay. Dude, I watched Exodus for the first time. It's not scary. You want to see fucked up shit, Mike? Watch The Thing from 1982 and From Beyond. The Thing does not freak me out. I love The Thing. I think The Thing is one of the best horror movies ever made. The Thing doesn't scare me at all. Body horror doesn't scare me. Supernatural shit scares the shit out of me. Shit. I can't do supernatural stuff at all. That demon shit freaks me the fuck out. So, X-Wing for $2 says he's lying. Here's my lurker tax. Damn it to hell. Thank you, X-Wing, for the 2. Mike calling lurker stupid. No, I didn't call anybody stupid. Mike said The Exorcist. LOL. Yeah, point and laugh at Mike for being scared of the demon lady. Jay Watari for 10 says lurker tax. There's no lurker tax. Most of the time when I tune in, it's at work, so I don't chat, and that's okay. It's totally okay. All right, I'm gonna catch up on chat. I'm so fucking behind. I keep saying that. I'm gonna catch up on the super chats because I do got to wrap it up here too. Dakota White for 10 says just here to pay.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Just here to pay my tax to the gay diabetic dictator so you can buy a prosthetic foot in order to continue hunting dogs to eat.
Emotional damage.
Thank you for the 10, Dakota. I appreciate it. Ladybug says, I used to lurk, but I've slowly become more of a menace in chat. It's a fun way to pass time. I'm glad torturing me is a good way to pass your time. Jeremy is streaming, so I'm blatantly watching you. Well, thanks, Golden Nuggets. Obscure Mass says, you acknowledge me. That's something that helps me communicate more here. G&G and Nerdrotic do not know I exist. I mean, that's fair. I think I found you on Twitter first because you made a joke one time. Like, that's a really fucking funny joke on Twitter. And then you popped up in my chat and I was like, hey. So X-Men says 12 minutes of Mario Kart, by the way. Yeah, thanks. No, don't bury me, chat, please. Please. And then Metal Slave for 20. Oh, no. Says, oh, she's being nice. I was a lurker for a short time. Here's my tax obligation. There's no tax obligation, but thank you for the 20, Metal Slave. I appreciate you. Much love to Metal Slave. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for popping up in chat. Epic Mike named thrice in Bro Island's client list. That would never happen. Paying your lurker tax has never been easier. Not a single topic was covered. Ha! I covered at least one topic. Haggy for 2 says, The Dark Knight Rises over Princess Bride.
Huh? What the fuck?
That's wild. And there's no fucking chirp. Oh my gosh, I'm so fucking behind. We have Top Men working on it. You heard if he wants to be on top of guys. I never said, well, I probably did say that, but bro, just picking and choosing was canon because it already doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's fucking wild. Deluded Reality, have a good night, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm so done with Gun. It's not. It's the Suicide Squad. I have zero interest in any of it. It looks like he just ate some bad Taco Bell and is going to have to make a run for it soon. Yeah, I agree. Bro just farted. No, that was my sound alerts. I was putting sound effects in it because I was bored. I didn't like Superman that much. It's a 5 for me. That's what I gave it, Jesse. I gave it a 5 out of 10. It's the most mid movie ever. It's canon until they say it's not, right? Eagly is the anchor being. Actually, I'm okay with that being the case. I'm 100% okay with that. It is just the fucking eagle is the linchpin of the entire universe. The universe can be rebooted again in about 10 years, 100%. What's up, Giggity? Shout out, man. Appreciate you. Wait, so it's a reboot, but it's sort of not a reboot because it takes stuff from the other universe, so it's just a weird limbo. That's what it feels like when he says shit like that. Because he's like, well, I directed that Suicide Squad movie and I kind of liked it, so I kind of want it to be partially canon, but also I'm cool with it not being canon. I don't know, man. Netflix Tom rant incoming. That's wild. All right, I do got to wrap it up. I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss any super chats. We get Peter Jackson to make raunchy and gory movies like Meet the Feebles. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to that, actually, to be honest. So, all right, I'm gonna make sure that I'm all caught up with chat here. Okay, I am caught up. No more super chats. All right, guys, I do got to get going now. I got to go over to Mario Kart. Go check out Geeks and Gamers Play. Go check out Mario Kart. It's gonna be a good time. Like I said, I'm working on getting my perspective up and running so that I can maybe stream a little bit of that so you guys can also watch me. But that is something I'm still working on behind the scenes. We'll figure it out. We're also gonna go raid the Geeks and Gamers Play channel. If I can fucking find it. There it is. All right, so we're gonna go raid that. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Listen, thank you so much for all the super chats. Thank you for the gifted memberships, and thank you most of all for your time. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I will talk to you guys all very soon in another Afro Cast. See you soon. Later.